Okay, I made it to the airport. You can tell it's older, it's still relying a lot on manual signs instead of the screens. There's one or two, but not many. So I'm just finding my way to passport control and then I'll be able to talk to you a bit more. Okay, I've got myself situated in the first class lounge. I've accidentally taken a takeaway cup. I could have had a mug like a real girl, but there we go. But I've got myself a coffee, which is the more important thing. It seems like a nice enough lounge, nice comfortable seats, somewhere quieter to sit for sure. Very hectic out in the airport. I actually haven't travelled through this airport because, actually I can tell you now because I'm leaving. So I've been living in Jeddah, which is the major port of call for the pilgrims because it's the closest major airport to Mecca and Medina. So whenever people do pilgrimage, they come through here. But they opened up a new airport and that's the one I'm used to going through. But I'm in the old airport today and outside of here you can really tell because it's all signs and things, but they're keeping the old airport for the pilgrimage for Hajj. But because the new airport opened during COVID, it's taken a bit longer to get some of the airlines in there, and the airline I'm going on today hasn't made the switch over to the new airport yet. So I arrived in this airport way back when I first got here because the other airport was incomplete, but I haven't been in here since. So it was a little surprising to see, and I wasn't as familiar with it. So figuring my way around was a bit strange because it's a lot of manual signs. It's not a lot of screens. They've got a few for literally departures, but all the other signs and things, it's just like a paper up here. But we got there, got through. It's all good. My flight is going to Cairo and then I'm stopping in Cairo for about 4 hours and then I'm going to London. So I was a little concerned about the Cairo stopover, the connection, that was the word I couldn't think of, because there was a choice for one that was an hour and something, but I've never been to the Cairo airport. Now I've done a bit more research, it seems like I could make it in an hour and a half, but I just would rather not have the stress, and I booked into the lounge there as well, so it just seemed worth it. I was thinking about upgrading my ticket to business class because the thing with Egypt Air is they're very cheap. I was looking, because I booked it a little bit in advance, I was looking at Saudia, but the prices were literally twice as much and I couldn't justify it. So when they asked me, do you want to bid on business class, because I initially booked economy, I got a really, really good price. It was only about 1,000 SAR. And I was considering upgrading, but it was going to be, like, if my bid got accepted, it was going to be about 450 and it just didn't really seem worth it. So I compromised with myself and I bought first class lounge passes for here and for Cairo because it didn't cost very much. It was 50 or 60 quid, I think, or 65 maybe. But it just meant that I could have a nice comfortable experience, and the flights are short enough that it just didn't really seem worth it, you know? It just didn't seem worth paying that much extra. It was still a good saving on what pre-booking business class would have been. Like, it wasn't a bad price for business at all, but it just wasn't worth the money to me given how long the flight is. Didn't tell you, I got away with murder at the check through. So it's very, very rare that people weigh my hand luggage, right? The bags, yes, the bags, by the way, one was 22.9 kilos and one was exactly 23. I couldn't have gotten closer if I tried. Like, I did it right. But when I was going through, there was a little crowd around, sort of, you know, the bottleneck when they're checking your boarding passes, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. Now, my mantra when I'm walking through airports, especially smaller airports or airports that are less used by kind of Westerners particularly, is big smile, very polite, walk with confidence. So I get there and I realise they're weighing the luggage, and guys, I had my bag hooked onto my shoulder as if it was light as a feather, but I tell you now, my baggage is going to be massively overweight. I wouldn't be shocked if it was a solid 10 kilos. And I've got all my devices in it and stuff, so I can't just take it out. You know, there's nothing I can really remove. So they're getting people to weigh, and like there's a group of like guys in front of me. I don't know if they're traveling together or not, but they're literally making them take stuff out. They're putting it on. One guy got really close. They were like, ooh, and I was like, oh no, I'm sunk. I don't know what to do. And he came to me, and he checked my boarding pass, and I was just like, thank you so much, and walked straight past him. Like, I was like, okay, thank you. No, you've been so kind, and I just walked on. didn't weigh my bag, didn't make eye contact once I'd moved, just kept going. Didn't get called back. I don't know what I would have done. I'd just been like, oh, well, I can't abandon my computer, what am I supposed to do? So it's about 10 to 3 and I'm due to board, the flight's due to go at 3:30. It said boarding on the screen and so I left. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be in trouble. And I went to walk out and the guy on the desk was like, no. It says boarding, but it's not just yet. They call us. We'll announce it if you need to go. Have a seat. God forbid I be outside with the peasants.
Instructions on how to open the exits can be found on each exit. And slip the bag over your head.
Hello teacups, what's brewing? I'm sorry I haven't been here to see you very much. I do apologise. I was thinking about vlogging my trip home, but then I had a lot of stuff to sort out and there was quite a lot of personal stuff going on at my dad's and I just didn't really want to put it online because then I'd have to explain it and I was like, But I am here, I'm sitting in the airport, I am waiting on my plane, my flight to my new job. So I've been hanging around here. I did actually have to come in yesterday and talk to the customer service desk because I'm staying nearby. It's pretty easy for me to just walk in because my school did a weird thing with the flights where their travel agent booked me and there must be another girl going at the same time from the same airport, so she's sharing the flight. So they booked us as a group essentially. So but they didn't name me as the lead person. They put the other girl as the lead person and then they put the email address as the school. So part of what my school does is they reimburse you for up to 30 kilos of baggage. So I bought the 30 kilos because they're going to reimburse me when I get back, and I couldn't get the receipt to prove I'd done it because it went straight to their email, which was a bit of a nightmare. So I took, fortunately when I bought it and it came up on screen as you've paid, I always save that as a PDF, and so I printed that out and I came and showed it to them and I was like, please could you give me something official to prove that I have this? And they were very helpful and they did. And then I got my hotel to print out my boarding pass. I did have a problem, it wouldn't print out my boarding pass for Istanbul for my ongoing flight, but I think it was because they had to do the vaccine checks and things. So I did that when I got here today and they gave me the boarding pass. So right now I'm just waiting. Has it been announced yet? No, I'm just waiting for my gate to be announced. And then I've already gone through security. It was very quick. I do feel bad for the people behind me though, because you know how you have to separate out all your devices, and I had about 1,000 devices. I had like my new computer that did its own carry case. I had like my Kindle, my iPad, my laptop, and then like the wires and then the usual. I didn't have any liquids in my bag this time, which was good, but then all the usual like my phone, keys, wallet, everything. And I was just like, oh god, I'm so sorry, I'm just holding up the whole line because there's only so much. When they say prepare in the queue was moving quite fast, so we got served quite quickly, but there's only so many things you can hold. So when you're having to unpack everything, sometimes you just have to do it at the security counter. And we came out the other side, which was fine, but then I'm having to collect it out of like the 6 bins they've separated it into, and I'm just like, oh god. But it's all good, all fine, sorted it out, feeling not too bad. It's kind of nice having my flight at this time of day, because usually I'm getting in the airport at like 3 a.m, 4 a.m, and it's a bit brutal. But not this time. This time it was just, 10, 11 o'clock is when the flights go in, and I get to just relax a little bit, which is nice. So I'm sitting with a coffee, to the surprise of no one. I've actually been kind of off coffee this week. We had a massive heat wave here in the UK that's just broken. And we're hoping for some rain today because I think they officially announced a drought the other day. We just haven't had the rain and things are really low. So I'm looking forward to everything going back to normal just in time for me to leave for the desert. But it was making it quite uncomfortable to sleep and things. But yeah, other than that, it's been a good old week. I was really lucky actually. My sister was visiting from the US, so I got to see her. There was a little bit of an overlap, she left earlier, but I got to see her and to see my niece as well as the rest of the family, which was really awesome. But yeah, so now I've just got to get there. I'm wondering actually if I end up seeing that other teacher, because she must be on the same flight as me. Oh, one thing. So So the guy at the counter, I had booked a seat, which was another thing I was trying to do online when I couldn't get all the information, because it was free to change your seat, and I just have a preference for aisle. I really don't like being trapped by the window when other people are napping, because then I just don't feel like I can get out and use the toilet or stand up or do whatever. I don't mind moving for other people, but I hate making other people move. So I always book in on an aisle seat if I can. And he'd moved me from, I think the seat was like 20C to 13C, and he was like, it's an extra legroom space, and I was like, oh great. But the thing is, I'm quite short, I don't need extra legroom, I'm fine. And it was a lovely thought of his, but the thing with extra legroom is usually there isn't a place to stow your bag, because you don't have a seat in front of you. And so and there isn't always like storage up above you, and I've got a big hand luggage bag that I'm sort of keeping hold of because it's kind of too heavy. And I was just like, oh, what a lovely thought at a terrible time. Oh, I'm shaking you, I'm sorry. So now I have to put it probably into a bag thing a bit further away, and I'm just trying to do that without anybody else touching it because it's heavy. Okay, teacups, we have made it to the gate in Turkey, so very close to missing my flight though. There was quite a short connection, I had about an hour 45, not the worst but not the best. But then we were late leaving by about 20, maybe 30 minutes. We made up a little bit of the time, but then we just taxied at the airport outside because they didn't have a parking gate for us, I guess because we had been a little bit late. And we just couldn't get a gate, so we're waiting forever on the tarmac, and I was like, I got to go, I've got a connection, I've got to go. And turns out the Turkish airport is huge. I don't know if maybe I was on the other side of it before, or if I believe last time I was in the airport it had just changed over, so I think maybe I just hadn't seen it all filled out, or I'd been in a different section or something, because it was a long way away. But I found it, I've got about 10-15 minutes to spare. I've secured a coffee and some water, and I've found the other person who was also the teacher that was on my booking. So all is well at the moment, and we're just trying to get ourselves to our final destination. Okay, it is late. I've made it here. Very pleased with the apartment. There's still some things I'm going to remove, but some of the things that I was like, oh, I don't like the look of that in the other apartment are actually different here. What I'm going to do, I'll probably tomorrow, because our flight arrived late, so we didn't get into about 1, and it's now about 2. So I'm going to probably do a room tour with you maybe tomorrow, get some sleep first, and I'll just show you around and tell you what kind of things I want to remove and stuff like that. And yeah, do a little apartment tour. God, I look a state. Sorry guys, been a long day, but very excited, very happy to be here. It's all good. I changed my mind. I'm going to do a quick tour just so you can see what the apartment came with. The layout is the same as the one that I was showing before, but the furniture's a little bit different because they have whatever pieces they have. I'm kind of happy that all my curtains go down to the floor instead of being scrunched up on it. And I've already got a desk in here, which is quite cool. I'm probably going to have them remove the bed and then use this as an office, but it all comes with the bed, comes with the bedding and some spare bedding, and these are all built in wardrobes, which is great for storage for me, so I've got plenty of space for that. Coming into here, bathroom, not too interesting. I'm so glad I don't have that cabinet that she had that I didn't like. My room. And I'm so happy I've got a vanity here, so I probably don't need to buy my own, which is cool. But brand new ironing board, brand new iron. I've got some more storage here. Bedside tables. Guys, it's a bedroom. I know it's not shocking. Already got a laundry basket, which is nice. Already got a shower curtain. This is just the toilet around here. So the living room, she had told me, had too much furniture in, and I do agree. And also here, because this is the entrance, not having this symmetrical with this is going to kill me. So I think I'm just going to adjust that. And what I'm thinking of doing is moving this thing over to where the big couch is, and then having a chair and one of the couches removed, and just having the couch move over a little bit so it's equal with that. That's the plan. And then I got the kitchen. So they gave me a bin, obviously bin liners, basic cleaning supplies, some food to get me started. So tea, coffee, cereal, this little welcome pack. So it's got a kettle. I still haven't opened these boxes. I don't know exactly what's in there. Hang on. Cutlery of some kind. Bowls and things, I guess. Some basic cooking implements. And then in the fridge, it's a really big fridge. There was bread, butter, jam, eggs, milk, fruit, sugar, juices, water, that kind of thing. I'm so hot and sweaty. Hi everyone. It's a couple of days later. I went to the government office today to get my ID, so I'm legal. And I've just had a washing machine. Oh, I can't turn this around. That's right here. Just had a washing machine delivered, but apparently the guy who installs it is different, so I just had to message him. But I'm super hot and I don't know if he can install it because my power is currently off. So they said this morning power will be off between 8 and 11 because they have to lay some new power cables. And I was like, okay, well, fine, because we went to the government office. We weren't going to be back till about 11 anyway. I still don't have my power and it's gone 1 o'clock. And I'm like, I'm not sure. Like, he can plumb it in, but it's a smart washer. I don't think he can do what he needs to do if he doesn't have power. So we're going to see. I've told him it's here anyway. And the guy was like, we need an extra hour. And then an hour and a half later, when I messaged him, he was like, 20 more minutes. And I'm like, I don't believe you. We're running on Middle Eastern time at the moment, which is, it'll be done when it's done. Also, it's a smart machine, but I don't actually have internet installed yet. So I'm just gonna have to ask him to plumb it in, I should say. And then I'll have to download the app on my phone and just be like, okay, I guess I'll figure this out when the internet gets installed. And that'll be that. Hello, teacups. So we're outside. I know, it's a bit weird. I've lost my sunglasses in school somewhere. We're at a place called China Market. Let me show you. So apparently inside, it's like a big mall. My goodness, the sun. It's like a big mall, but I can't see you at all, so if I'm not in frame, sorry. It's got lots of places inside it, so it's a bit like half mall, half market. The building is more mall-like though. Am I about to get hit by this car? No, that's okay. They are better drivers here than in Saudi Arabia. Still not great, but much more respectful of life, generally speaking. But I just want a few odds and ends, and I think if I walk about, I don't know, it said 3 minutes by car, so however long that is on foot. There's another place, like a stationery shop, because I need to go find a laminator, so if I don't find one today, I'm going to do that. But it's a lot like the markets you get in Shanghai and things, where there's all stores inside. I don't know if they accept cards, I need to check. But I'm just having a little look around. There's a couple of little things I need. It's probably going to be cheaper here than going into any of the big supermarkets. I don't know if you haggle like you do in China, but I'm just going to see. It's just going to be fun. Doesn't look like it's very busy at the moment, so I don't know exactly what I want. Maybe some fabric, maybe some stuff for school. First time in here, so I think the answer is just go until I get lost, but there seems to be a mixture of stuff in terms of one place there's home, and then it goes to electronics, and then there's quite a few clothing stalls and stuff like that. So I don't know how well this will go. It's mostly just getting lost and finding what I find. I'm trying to be careful not to get people in. I'm about to come into a busy area, otherwise I try and show you a little bit more. But I do want to see if I can find some sunglasses, because I lost mine, and I want to see if I can get maybe some fake flowers for home. Okay, so far it feels a lot like the Chinese malls. I can't remember what I told you before, sorry. I kept having to cut off because I was afraid I was going to accidentally record one of the people, so but I've just come upstairs and it's literally all furniture and lighting, so I went up the escalator expecting it to be like stalls and things, and it's this. I literally came up into about 1,000 chandeliers. So I'm here because I'm not going to take it today because I'm in a taxi and I want to walk to the other stationery shop, so I don't want something big. I want a chair for my apartment that's not too bulky the way the other one was, but just to fill that quite big space. Oh, you haven't seen my apartment, what am I saying? To fill the quite big space between my rug and where my fridge is. I think I need another chair in there. So I'm just looking to see what there is at the moment. There seems to be a ton of furniture stuff up here. I don't know. I think this is the last floor though. So I know I want something with arms for the living room, but this is quite cute. Just something to go in next to the sofa, and these kind of colours are good for my room. So these are very much in the traditional style. Excuse the flickering, I actually can't see it that badly in real life at all. But probably the camera settings to an extent, but it's really beautiful things. It's so bizarre, there is such a flicker on the screen. You don't get it in real life except on 1 or 2. I don't mind recording so much in here because it's mainly men and they get less fussy about it. But it's literally just a massive market as far as you can see. Hi. As far as you can see, someone just waved at the camera. The guy sitting down just started waving at the camera. I was like, hi. Whoops, got caught. Oh wow, look at these. I guess they must be for outdoor seating and lighting. Love it, it's so beautiful. As you might imagine, with this climate, outdoor seating for your patios is quite a big thing here. It's cute. A completely separate guy just followed me all the way through the outdoor furniture. I was like, the problem with filming is that you stop long enough to think you're actually interested. But I'm in the right place now, I think, because I found the armchairs. There's signs all over it saying please don't sit, but you can see here. I don't love the cushion. I think it's a little bit too bulky, but I don't mind the green. Green might be a colour I do in my apartment. These are really pretty versions, but this kind of moulded furniture and these kind of shapes are really common here and really popular, but they're very, very bulky and my apartment's a little bit small, you know? That's not true. It's not that my apartment's small, it's just that it's when you look at that amount of furniture, it's a lot, you know? So I have to just think of something that's going to fit in the space. I've just found a gorgeous coffee table. I wish I'd bought it. Look at these. They're so cute. Oh, if I hadn't already got the one in my apartment, I totally would have got one of these. The fake flowers are so much cheaper than in IKEA. Such a good market for this. I'm gonna have to come when I'm not going somewhere after and just go ham and take a taxi home. They do delivery though, so if I wanted to I could. Oh, I'm a little bit sad I didn't realise this place was here before I went shopping, because they do like big rugs and things as well, look. And to be honest, like, I bought my rug, I'm happy with the rug I have and I'm happy with the choices, but I think I would have got a better deal here. I managed to pull myself away from the kitchen section before any damage was done, but it was a close thing. Okay, I'm out of the China Mall. Very impressed with it. I went upstairs and saw all the furniture. There was so much more even than I showed you. I was just, you know, it was easier to film up above than it was in the clothing area and stuff. There's a lot more women around. I'm just walking now to a stationery store. So because there's no Amazon here, like you can order from Dubai, not Dubai, from the United Arab. I'm gonna try with words. You can order from the UAE. Let's make it easy for myself, and it will get here okay. But mostly you just have to kind of know where the shops are. But fortunately, the mall I was just in, I'm walking basically in a straight line down because I want to see if I can get a laminator and just some decorations for my classroom or some things to decorate my classroom. And there seem to be lots and lots of these little shops. Now the heat it's still warm, but it's not as intense as it was today. I thought I'd just take a little walk because it's straight, I can't get lost. Now that all the sun's going down, everything starts to light up, and you know, once the heat of the day is over, traditionally you see a lot more things being open and ready anyway. So I'm just walking down the side of this road here right now. You have to be a little careful filming just because I don't want to get hit by a car. When I said earlier that they are good drivers here, I mean very much relative to Saudi Arabia. It's still Middle Eastern driving, you still have to be very careful. I don't know if you can see there, but there's a restaurant right in the middle called Baba Tuti, and I swear to God, I'm quite curious. I'm quite curious as to, looks like noodles, but makes me laugh. I'm actually going to walk down this way anyway, because if you stay by the side of the road here, there's no path, so a little bit dangerous for pedestrians, and this is a little better. I was considering a pineapple juice, but here we are. Going to be a little careful crossing this road. There is smoke everywhere because there's obviously a barbecue hut somewhere, but man, it smells good. I love how literal some of the translations are. Sale of meat. You want meat? We have meat. It's on sale. Okay, I've reached my destination. Did a slow walk, but it really wasn't very far. But I just need to put my camera away because my battery's getting a little bit low from filming. And I do still need to get the O-Taxi home. O-Taxi is the local version of Uber here. Really cheap, so I was able to get quite far out and it didn't matter too much, but I'm going to see what stationery I can get. Oh, I see some tripods there as well. Haven't made a video in forever, and I'm literally making one now as I talk. It feels like forever. I've only actually been here about a week or so. Just a lot's happened. Okay, I'm going to see what I can get, and then I'll call a taxi from here and I might see you at home.